Well, Kelly's Court is back in session. On the docket today, dirty words in disguise for the princess of pop. Britney Spears pushing the envelope on obscenity, getting rather crass in a crafty way on her new hit recording. Have you heard this song on the radio? No doubt your kids have, or probably will. Roll it. Well, the line we bleeped out goes, love me, hate me, all of the boys and girls are begging to, and then she says, if you seek Amy. Doesn't make any sense, does it? It's not supposed to. If you say it quickly, with no space in between the letters, it basically spells out the F word and then me. So it's all of the girls and boys are begging to, the F word, and then me. Now, that song is on the air right now. That is on the radio. It will be playing while you drive your children to school. Parents are outraged and are pushing to get this thing yanked or at least limited to after 10 p.m. when profane songs are allowed to be played. But do they have a case? Let's ask our panel. Fox News legal analyst Mercedes Cohen and defense attorney David Wohl. Good morning.
Good morning, Megan.
All right, Mercedes, not all parents, but many are ticked off about this. They don't want to have to listen to profanity as they drive their children around. Do they have the right to push this thing to be played, if at all, only in late hours?
Absolutely not. If you look at the FCC rules, Megan, it's very clear. It's obscene language that's offensive to the general population. I'm paraphrasing it, but that's essentially what the FCC says. If you've got embedded messages, can you imagine the slippery slope issue that can come around? If you've got embedded messages are now going to be enforced by the FCC laws, it's not doable. It has to be offensive to the general population, not this small segment. And secondly, are these parents are the same ones? Do these children watch soap operas? Do these children buy these album covers? Look, Britney is sex. That's what happens. Sex sells. She's all about it. She's been doing it for years. And this is not something that's at all a mystery. It's not something that should at all come as a mystery to these parents.
Selling sex in a bikini is one thing. Getting on public airwaves and essentially spelling out the F word over and over when little girls who idolize Britney Spears for whatever reason are listening is quite another. Is it not, David?
Oh, Megan, I got to tell you what. It's bad enough when I walk into my family room and my 9-year-old is singing Viva Viagra. I mean, it's so difficult being a parent these days. Look, the Supreme Court made several distinctions here. Obscene language would be language that basically appeals to no literary or artistic interest and is overtly sexual. If that's the case, it's not protected by the First Amendment and it's banned outright. My guess is this probably fits in indecent or profane language, which doesn't quite rise to that level and has to be played in a safe harbor time,
right.
Which, as you said,
if it's profane, it cannot be played when children are listening, right?
That's right. 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. when they're not listening. Absolutely, this fits in. This is not embedded. This is embedded like a freight train coming down the track.
Right, Mercedes, how is it embedded? I mean, the lyrics are all of the boys and girls are begging to, and then she says, and I'll pronounce it correctly, if you seek Amy, right. Which essentially, when she sings, it spells like F, U, and then so on me. It's not embedded. We had to bleep it, because when you listen to the song, you can hear that word being spelled out, and then the word me at the end of it. How embedded is that?
But if you look at the cases, and David is exactly right, the Supreme Court has ruled on it, it has to be clear. This is not a clear. It's an embedded message.
What sense does if you seek Amy make?
If you seek it, actually, I read the entire lyrics because I had Megan Brown send it to me, and I looked at all the lyrics. It's all about this woman at a club. And if you seek Amy, you're dancing around. Amy's at the club. Where's the club? Is she in the bathroom? I mean, that's the kind of back and forth.
How does it make sense? All the boys and girls are begging to if you seek Amy. How does that make sense?
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. I mean, Mercedes, it's obvious what she's doing.
It's still an embedded message.
I mean,
that's one of the issues.
Wait, one at a time. Let Mercedes finish her point, then David.
Okay.
No, it's still an embedded message. It's not that she's saying, come and F me. I mean, she's very creative. She's obviously a lyricist. She's created some way to get around it. You've heard it many times. You've heard it from others. I mean, some individuals, and I've seen this on the air, when they say, see you next Tuesday. That is an embedded message, and a lot of us know what that means. But it's absolutely true, David.
Well, what about it, David? Because you had Howard Stern trying to get around the FCC rules for years by doing things like this, by saying certain words that we banned in, normal words, but when they're used in dirty context, they mean something else. And that's how he got around FCC rules.
Exactly.
Right. And then Howard went to satellite radio where it's not governed. The FCC has no control. And perhaps that's what this should do, Megan. But look, there's one context here, and it's clear. It's a sexual context. She's not very crafty, in my mind, trying to get around it. I mean, the letters are spelled out very clearly. It has no other meaning. It's nonsensical without spelling out the letters and trying to figure out what she means.
David, where's it going to end, though?
So it's bad. It's going to be 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Is it going to end these kids that are looking at the soap operas and they see frontal nudity on HBO? They buy other.
HBO's a different story. HBO's not your radio that you just turn on when you're trying to go grocery shopping with your children.
You know what, Megan? If you go into Target, you've got the album cover from Madonna. She's spread eagle in a boxing ring. The most sexual, disgusting.
Well, the FCC doesn't regulate that. We have a government body that regulates radio and television so they can protect children from this kind of thing. All right, I got to go, guys.
Those are covered up.
They're wrapping me. But good debate, Mercedes. Thank you so much. And David, to you, too.
You bet, Megan.
One final word for our viewers. This song is no less profane because Britney put her message in some lame code. It is profane, it's offensive, and radio stations should play it, if at all, only during the hours that children are not listening. That's the law. And more stations should abide by it.
Good
what
debate.
do you think? America's Newsroom at FoxNews.com.
Got it. 11 minutes out.